Team, by far, one of the most popular questions that I get asked is how to know what your location is. And so in this video, we're going to break down how to do exactly just that so that you can have more confidence as you continue to master your craft and develop your tactical virtue. We're going to look through everything from GPS devices to map and compass, and when we have absolutely nothing at all, so stand by. So one of the first ways that we can use to identify our exact location, of course, is using some sort of device that has GPS ability. Whether you're using your phone and you're using a free app, or in this case, this is Mill GPS. This is a paid version, but I also have USNG ME, which is a free version, and all it does is give you your MGRS data. But we can see exactly where we're at 399-600-7541. Maybe you have a Garmin of some type. In this case, it's a Fortrex 401, pretty standard use in the military. I don't use this too often other than to tell time, but it also has GPS function. One of the problems with GPS devices, of course, I know you know this, is that the batteries die. My watch here is at 48%. Things like the Garmin Fortrex and any other GPS device that will not last very long throughout the day. And of course, phone batteries don't last forever either. But with any of these devices, we can have confidence in our location, so we can know exactly where we're at. We can plot where we're at. So the other tricky thing about GPS devices is that you need to connect to at least 3 satellites to triangulate where you're at. And every device will tell you what the accuracy is for the reading that it's giving you. Just because you get a 10-digit grid coordinate doesn't mean that it is 100% accurate to within 3 meters. Now, if you're using a GPS that has some maps preloaded, you can use that to see exactly where you're at in relationship to the world around you. If not, you can take those coordinates on your paper map that you should have on your person and plot exactly where you're at with confidence. And then take some time as you're plotting to make sure that you measure twice and cut once. But now we can see exactly where we're at so that we can determine our location, and now we can plan a route, stay on the route, and then finally recognize the objective. So we just looked at some GPS devices, whether they have preloaded maps or not, but what can we do if we have a paper map and a compass to determine our exact location when it's unknown? Once you're kind of oriented, now you want to try to find some major terrain features. They could be natural or man-made. They could be hills, depressions, buildings, roads, anything that you can see that's out there that you can positively identify on your map. A few weeks ago, we walked through this, and it's called resection. I was on the coast, and I look out, and I see an island. And so I shoot an azimuth from where I'm at to the tip of it. And I convert that magnetic azimuth to a grid azimuth, and I draw that line on the map. Now I need to find another location so that I can pinpoint exactly where I'm at. So I look across and I see another island with a building on it. I shoot an azimuth again from where I'm at to that building. I convert from magnetic to grid. I plot that line on the map. Now where these two lines cross and intersect, I can have confidence that this is my exact location. All right, so what if you don't have any sort of GPS device, you don't have a compass, and you don't have a map? How can we determine our exact location? Actually easier than you think. One of the first things to do is just to kind of get some idea of cardinal directions. Maybe you're in an area where there is a large natural or man-made feature that can give you some positive understanding of your cardinal directions. In this case, right behind me is Mount Rainier. And I know where I'm at that Mount Rainier is due east. To use the Seattle tip method, you want to take a small stick, at least 18 inches, and plant it firmly into the ground. Take a pebble and place it at the tip of the shadow. Wait at least 15 minutes, but preferably longer. Come back and place another stone at the tip, and then when you connect those lines, you're going to have an east and west line. You can take another stick and bisect it, and now you have a full compass giving you all 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. So now I have a cardinal direction. I know east, I know west, I know north, and I know south. And if the sun's not out, you can use the moon. Like all celestial bodies, it appears to travel from the east all the way to the west. And if the moon has any shadow on it at all, you can draw an imaginary line from top to bottom on that thing, and that's going to give you a north and south axis. Maybe you don't have Mount Rainier, but you do have a mountain range, or maybe you come across a major river or a creek that you know generally runs east and west. You can use these again to just kind of help reorient yourself, or you can even use air traffic that's going on around you. In this case, I have a plane that's flying overhead, and I know that the direction of the airport is to my north. Now think about where you're at and how architects and engineers have built road systems and cities throughout the continental United States. In most places, roads run north and south, east and west. Of course, there's some deviation in there, but it's also true that in over 98% of the entire continental United States, there is not a single location that is so remote that you are beyond 3/4 of a mile from a major road or trail system. Now that we have this piece of key information, I can use my cardinal directions that I've determined using the natural or man-made features around me, and I can move off in one of those cardinal directions, north, south, east, or west, because that's going to put me bisecting one of those roads or trail systems that's around me. Now, to keep moving in a straight line, you can do a couple things. You can use flagging or engineer tape if you have it. You can use your knife to mark a tree. If you're with some friends out there, you can work together to move out in a straight line. But you keep moving in that straight line, and I can promise you that within 45 minutes, you are going to find a road system. And once you find that road system, now you have a higher probability of being discovered or discovering a populated area. All right, team, hope you enjoyed the content of this one. Definitely leave some comments down below with some other ways that you have found that you can use to discover your location. As always, until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked. I don't care how you serve, whether it's in the military, as a EMT, law enforcement, working with your school district, working with your city council, search and rescue organization, Boys and Girls Club, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Peace Corps, whatever it is. And even if it's not an organized thing, even if it's just you finding ways to do a good deed daily, find a way to serve your community. That is one of the only ways that I have found in my experience to be grounded in who we are, that there is something that is bigger than us. It helps keep us connected with those around us. And of course, you know, it helps somebody else out, but really that act of service helps you out even more than it does them in a lot of ways. So I'm looking forward to hearing how you have found over the course of your life, whether it's great or small, how have you found a way to serve your community? And I think that there is no greater time than now to do just that. Find a way to serve. Let your values and your virtues incarnate in the world around you. Because if you don't, ultimately you really are, but there are other people who are trying to change the fabric of society. And they will do it while good people around them sleep. It is up to you and I to do what is right, to live justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly. Team, I appreciate you guys. You stay stoked. Team, if you want to master your craft and develop your tactical virtue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on future content. Consider becoming a channel member. It's going to give you exclusive access to content not available to anybody else. I appreciate you guys. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.